What the fuck? Damn!
And I get lucky.
That was an incredible pool shot executed there by yours truly, Apex Telenio, back in 2019 in one of the greatest comebacks that I've ever had in my entire pool career. Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome or welcome back again to another video tutorial from the Apex Predator Billiards Training Club. My name is Apex Telenio, your aspiring professional pool player and pool instructor. Now in today's video tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you an extension system that I've developed for banking an object ball, two reels on a pool table. Of course, it's an extension of the famous 4-reel bank system that you would find if you were to type it in on YouTube. And of course, it's also an extension of the +2 kicking system, to which I've made some adjustments to, and of course to get the consistent results that you're going to see demonstrated here on video. Now of course, if you were to go on YouTube and you were to type in 2-reel bank shots or 2-reel, you may see surfing up on screen here a lot of kick systems from content creators like Darren Appleton, of course, veteran instructors like Brandon the Billiard Guy, who has good videos on his channel about 2-reel bank or 2-reel kicks. I'm not 100% certain that this particular system is out there on the internet, but I'm certain that I've not seen it yet. And as you can see here, I'm scrolling on screen showing you my search history. Of course, you're gonna find famous instructors like Dr. Dave Billiards showing you about all you need to know about 2-reel kicks, but I'm not certain if you've ever seen anything about 2-reel banks. Let me know if you've ever seen this video and pin me a link in my comments below, guys. You'll also see famous videos from Efren where he executes 4-reel bank shots, which is a video that is coming up on my channel in short order. But this particular one here, I've yet to see surface on the internet. So of course, I've had many success, which I would have demonstrated to you there in a clip. And of course, I've had many more that weren't caught on camera, but I can guarantee you guys that this system is quite a reliable one. Of course, is it consistent? It can be, depending on your knowledge of the rails, depending on your knowledge of banking systems, so forth and so on. All right, so let's jump right into the video. Of course, do not forget to hit the subscribe button below, turn on your post notification bell. You can follow me on all social media platforms, that is Facebook, Instagram, and our TikTok, where you can see preview of upcoming videos or past videos here. So as I'm going through the setup here of this video, let me first walk you through how I first discovered this bank system here. Now here I was actually back in 2019, we were playing a race to 21. There were 7 players playing this race, and on day 1 I was down by 17 games, where we were actually playing a race to I think it was a race to 17, and I had won 15 games in a row. I'll pin a link to that video if you're interested in watching my performance in that match. It was an absolutely incredible performance. I can guarantee you that you'll be entertained from the beginning to the end. And so of course, it was a few weeks, I would say a few days before this actual match, that I was actually on the table practicing, just fooling around, and I executed this shot. I was there saying to myself, let me see if I can actually bank this ball 2-reel, because I knew of the 4-reel bank system, which I was very successful with, but I was actually measuring up and seeing if it was possible. And so it came up in this match. I was in dead stroke. There you'll see on screen here where I'm pointing my shaft, aiming from the back of the side pocket towards the object ball, and just with a little bit of low left spin here, you'll see where I executed this beautiful shot, even putting an extra ball and getting perfect position here on the 8 ball here. And you can see that the whole entire room was in shock. No one expected me to make the shot. They were in absolute awe. And so that feeling that I got is exactly the feeling that I want you guys to experience after explaining this video. All right, so if you have gotten any value, please leave a like before you go after going through this video here. So let's jump right into it. Now you see here I have 3 object balls that are set up on the short reel there. Do you see I'm pointing my shaft that the first diamond is actually the number 3, the middle diamond is the number 5, and the third diamond there is actually the number 7. So I refer to this system as the 357 kick system, and it's actually a extension of the +2 kicking systems for kicking an object ball 2 reels, kicking the cue ball 2 reels with an object ball sitting in the pocket there. Now I'm going to be adjusting the system a little bit here, and as I said, this discovery was made at a time when I was just fooling around on the table, and I've had many success with this. I'm just so very saddened by the fact that I do not have those successful attempts. Even just a few days ago, I actually played this shot in a very important match here. Now the setup here to recognize this shot, you must be able to understand the concept of the 357 kick system. And here you see I'm placing the object ball here on a particular track line, and this particular track line here is the 5-5 track line. Now if you place your cue ball as I've done there on 1 diamond above the side pocket and you point your shaft towards the middle diamond, then that's a natural track line for a 4 reel bank using top spin. Now if you adjust and you point or you shoot the cue ball at the object ball towards the diamond before that one, that is in fact, if you're aiming on the 5-5 track line and you shoot the cue ball towards the object ball at the 4th diamond, you see the pointers on screen here for you, then you've automatically just landed on a 2 reel natural bank angle. Now with a little bit of low left or low right depending on the bank angle, you're going to get consistent results like this. Now remember that the cue ball and the object ball must be lying 1 diamond less from the natural track line for 4 reel bank. That is a 5-5 track line, and you're pointing the cue ball from a 5-4 track line, you're gonna get a consistent result like that. Now with the right speed and the right amount of spin, as you see demonstrating there on the replay, you're gonna get a consistent result where the object ball flies into that corner pocket. Now here I'm gonna be showing you yet again another example. I'm pointing my shaft towards the 4th diamond, and you see I move my object ball towards the 3rd diamond. So now my cue ball is on the natural track line 4-4, that is the side pocket, pointing towards the diamond in between the 1st diamond on the short reel and the middle diamond. But I'm shooting my cue ball towards the 1st diamond, that is number 3, and with low left and the right speed, you will get result like that. Now that one there had a little bit of extra side spin, and I could have missed that shot. You can see that it just barely squeezed into the pocket there, and actually that cue ball actually went towards the side pocket and almost scratched. So there's some notable things that you need to take note of when you're doing this. Now I would like you guys to go on your table. You can try it for your 7-foot table, your 8-foot table. I've played this shot many times on a 9-foot table, but more often I've played it more on an 8-foot table. So is this system consistent for all size table? Yes, it is, because I've had many success with it here. Now I'm going to be going for the 3rd example here, and you can see that the video is continuous. I've not cut out anything here. I'm doing this on my 1st attempt. Again, I'm shooting from diamond 2 to diamond 1 with low left. You see where the object ball beautifully flies into the corner pocket, and you can see the consistency of how the cue ball moves around the angles. You can see that it takes a forward motion, then the spin helps the object ball to correct the angle coming off the 2nd rail. Now bear in mind that the type of cloth that is on your table will affect the system. If you're on a slick table, which I've not had the luxury of playing on a table with slick cloth, you may need to do a little bit of adjustment as well. So guys, as I said, I'm playing on a club table. I can't say for certain if it will work consistently on a slick table here. Now I'm moving here where I'm going to be trying to bank the object ball, say here 2 rails closer towards the pocket. And this shot's a little bit more tricky because if you put too much spin, you can scratch into the corner here. Now there I have a unsuccessful attempt, and I would never come on video here and show you that, guys, I'm perfect at this. I have inconsistent results as well, because too little spin or too much spin, aiming incorrectly, can give you some unsuccessful attempts. But I've had so many successful attempts, pardon me, that I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that I trust this system here. Now, two unsuccessful attempts there on that shot. I'm going to try a third time here to see if I can get some sort of result. Now, pay close attention to the reaction of the cue ball here, beautifully into the corner pocket there, and watch that cue ball heads towards down to the bottom of the table. And that is very similar to how I had executed the shot in the beginning of the video here. Now I'm going to give you a comparison of the two shots that I played here. Notice the difference with the cue ball. In the image on the left, the cue ball got stuck up towards the corner pocket, and on the image on the right, you can see that the cue ball head down towards the bottom of the table there. And that is as a result of the amount of spin, and it depends on if you have hit the cue ball full or you have hit the cue ball a little bit thin. Alright, so like I said, you have to be very precise and very accurate with how you're hitting the object ball. But let me know, guys, if you've gone onto your table, if you get excited about seeing this for the first time. Let me know if you've gotten any consistent results. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if I come here and I tell you guys that this system only works for when the object ball and the cue ball is on a specific track line, here I'm going to be demonstrating to you that the system can work even when it's not on a natural track line. Now I'm going to be getting some unsuccessful attempts, which, as I said, most of the time the discoveries that I've made in pool throughout my practice was as a result of me doing things like this. For example, I tried here to bank the object ball 2 rails where the cue ball is not necessarily on a track line, and of course I obviously would have developed here the 4 rail bank system. Now this is how I was first able to develop a system, or to understand the system for the 4 rail bank. Here you can see that the object ball followed the trajectory of the 4 rail back to the corner pocket, and again you can see that it's going around 4 rails and heading back to the corner. Now what this means for me here is that if I'm actually going to try to execute a 2 rail bank shot like that, where the cue ball is not on a natural track line, I'm going to need excessive spin. And when you're using excessive spin, you're going to get inconsistent results. So my recommendation is try to use the system being demonstrated here on screen when the cue ball and object ball are near the natural track line. You can actually try it, experiment with it when the cue ball is not on a natural track line, and let me know your percentage success rate in the comments below. Now I've moved from the bottom of the table because I didn't think that I was getting any results. So I'm going to try to play it from this half of the table here, and again kind of played that shot a bit too fast, and again it kept following the same trajectory. So this is something for us to note. This is how I think that the person who came up with the system for the 4 rail bank shot was able to get consistent result here. Now of course I'm going to try again and again and again until I get very fortunate, and there I got very lucky, and I also got very unlucky. The cue ball had the right amount of spin and I hit it on the correct spot, but of course just that extra hair of spin got me into the side pocket and caught me off guard there. So also there's many little things that we can learn by practicing. Of course this is actually a practice session where I'm going through, but I decided to record the session and do a voiceover explaining to you what I am doing here. Now if you notice that I'm not placing the cue ball anywhere specific, I just put the object ball on the track line and I just place the cue ball down and try to pocket the object ball to real bank. So you've seen that, of course, there can be unsuccessful attempts. If you guys are trying this and you're not getting consistent result, you have to keep trying and keep testing out the system until you're able to get good results there. All right, so 5 unsuccessful attempts, that's okay. We're gonna keep trying until we get fortunate here. Again, here I am on the 2-2 track line here, and now I'm gonna get that result that I was looking for. Boom, into the corner. Perfect amount of spin, perfect position, hit the cue ball there on the perfect spot, getting the result that I need. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that little demonstration there. It's one of my favorite bank systems. I feel very proud to know that I'm the first one that would have placed the system here on the internet, and I'm happy to be sharing it with you, my audience. So of course, if you like what you've seen so far and you'd like even a deeper explanation onto this system, let me know in the comments. This one was a little bit fast, a little bit quick in terms of the explanation, but I can break it down for you in another video if so be it. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button below, share this out to your pool communities, and let's continue improving our game and develop skill sets that will shock our opponent. Until then, take care